Hi, Rose. This is Tencent Sports.
What's up, man?
You came here to China again. So what kind of expectation do you have this time?
A lot more love, a lot more yelling, a lot more screaming, and a lot more excitement.
And so it's your 10th year in NBA. And also you have cooperated with Adidas for 10 years.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the cooperation with your brand?
It's been great, man. Like I said earlier, it's a partnership instead of a business deal, and that's what I would want. Like, we're open on both ends. I can express whatever I want to them, and it's vice versa. So that's what you want in a partnership.
So would you mind share some future plan with your brand, with Adidas?
What future plan?
Yeah, like some sneaker clothes or some new.
I don't know. I have a collection, but the 9 is coming out. The 10 is going to be a surprise. I may change the 10 up, but I don't want to talk about that right now. Yeah, I may change the 10 up, but the apparel has still been the same. Probably more details, but we'll probably have to see about that. I haven't had my meetings yet.
You own the most signature sneakers in Adidas history. So can you give us a brief introduction about your new shoes, D-Rose 9, something about the design, the elements?
The 9, it has bounce. Last year, if you saw the 8, it had boost in it, and boost was a little bit heavier. The bounce is new, and you could kind of do more to you could create more with the bounce than with the boost. With the boost, you couldn't cut in it like that or make it and to a design like that. You really have to just leave it alone. But with the boost, you could be more creative.
You can take it and tell us something about elements like.
Oh yeah. See, look at the bounce right here. You feel me? Like with the boost, you couldn't do this at all. You'll have to worry about if. First off, it costs too much money to put boost in there, and cutting it, you like, no, why should I cut it if I paid all that money for it? So I understood them when they said they wanted to go the bounce route.
So this summer you spent a lot of time with your family.
Yeah.
First, congratulations on the birth of your daughter, lovely daughter. So what does your daughter's birth mean to you?
It means everything. Like, my grind never stops. Like, they're the reason, PJ and her are the reasons why I'm keep going. They're the reason. They motivate me, they inspire me, they give me ambition. I thrive because of them. So getting up and working out, I'm trying to get back in the mode of working out right now. This is the longest I ever let my body heal and rested, and I think it's going to help me with the season. Like, whenever I start back, I should be fresh.
And now you have a son and a daughter. So in your opinion, how to be a good father?
Yeah, I think that's just in me. I think that I'm a good person. If you're a good person and you love your kids, you'll do the right things. And I know that the future is all about them. Like, I know that I'm paving the way for them. So when I think like that, it's always like trying to set them up so that they're all right and they're taken care of for the future and they're stable.
So we always see you and PJ, your son, you play basketball in the warm-up time before the game.
Yeah.
So when he grow up, if he want to become a basketball player just like you, will you support his decision?
Yeah, whatever he wants to do, I'm going to support him, whatever. But it's up to him. I'm not going to force him to do anything. He's going to hear my opinion on certain things, my perspective on certain things, but I'm going to let him pick and choose what he wants to do. Like, I'm going to leave that up to him. My job is to be that guy in his ear, or that guy or that voice in his ear, or the voice in his head when he does do the wrong things, to be like, damn, my dad told me not to do that. You know what I mean? I want to be that voice. So I'm going to let him do whatever he want to do, but in the back of his head, he's always going to remember, like, I told you.
Yeah, I know that. So as a professional player, you have to fly to one city to another for the game during the season. So there's not so much time to spend with the family.
Yeah,
so
it's time. You get some time. It's not that hectic. Yeah, you make time out. You make time for what you want to make time for. Like, I get to see my son. Like, my son in L.A. right now, lives in Chicago, and he's in L.A. right now with me for the summer. Doing tutoring, got swim lessons right now, and he's enjoying LA right now.
And this summer you established the Rose Scholars, the charity activities for the students. So can you give us a brief introduction about that?
it's all about just starting somewhere, man. Like I always say, I wish I had $1 billion to take care of everyone, but it don't work that way, you know. So with the kids, you know, the kids are the future, and with the Rose Scholarship program, it starts my foundation on my groundwork.
So, you know, a lot of NBA players, they got some charity activities, and also NBA officials have some NBA cares, and also NBA Africa Games. So what's your attitude to these kind of activities?
No, I understand it. I mean, it's all for the kids, it's all for the future. But with me, I wanted mine to be a little bit more personal. Like, I understand starting a foundation, and like you could like help so many people with a foundation, but I want to be hands-on with my foundation, and I can only speak for myself. Like with other guys or people, period, I understand when you start something and you hand it off to people that you trust, and you trust them to handle it and deal with it. But with me, I want mine to be different, where when I come in, I got a planner. This is what I got planned for today, and this is the program for the day. All right, bet this is what we got going on. That's how I want to be. I want to be more hands-on, and I want to be right there with the kids in the fight.
So something about basketball. Next season, you will stay in Minnesota Timberwolves. So why did you make this decision?
I was just comfortable, more comfortable. Tibbs was there, the staff. I'm used to the staff. It's just everybody, everything just, I played well last year towards the end of the year. Everything just fed in good. Tibbs, he said he's going to give me more opportunity. So that's the only thing I'm looking for right now is opportunity to go out there and show what I could do.
So what kind of role do you think you would act in your team?
Whatever they need. It could be scoring, passing, handing out water, whatever. Like as long as I'm on the team, I'll try my hardest to make sure the team is succeeding.
So last season in the playoff, you did really well in the playoff. But your young players in your team, like Carl Anthony Towns and Wiggins, they got some criticism of the game. Someone thought that they didn't put all their energy on the court. So as an experienced player, so what kind of suggestion would you give them when heard that kind of voice?
Man, it all takes time. Like everything takes time. With them, that was their first time ever being on that stage, and that's on that stage with all them eyes looking, like it could be frightening sometimes. My job is to, I wish I was there earlier where I could have been around them more and talked to them more before we got to that point. But going in next year, they're going to play totally different next year. They've been there, they did that, and I think we're going to be a better team next year, so I think you'll get some better results.
So last season you got into the playoff. So what about new season's target?
With what?
New season's target, your new season's goals.
I mean, it's the same thing. Playoffs. I mean, the goal is to win a championship. Like, there's no point even lacing up if you're not trying to win a championship. Of course, one of the goals is to make it to the playoffs again, too. So all our job is one step at a time, one game at a time, and just trying to learn from our mistakes.
So what about your own goal about next season?
It ain't none. Just be happy. I just want to be happy playing. Like, that's it.
So 10 years ago, you entered into NBA.
Yeah.
So during these 10 years, what has changed in this league?
What changed?
Yeah, like some game style or the relationship between the players?
I mean, everything. I mean, when I came in the league, the game was more inside out. Now the game is kind of outside in. The physicality of the game has changed. The game has got softer. The game has got more exciting. I can't say that because all the fast pace, I'm succeeding that. But yeah, it's a lot changed. But if anything, I think that the game is heading in the right direction, where players are getting more talented, different positions are getting more talented, so that the game can keep evolving.
So you mentioned that the fast pace, like some outside in, so and also the three-point ball become much more important.
Yeah.
Even the big guys on the court, they like to shoot the three-point ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is now. Like, every position, like with the bigs, the only thing that they're doing now is getting more freedom. And it's going to be a big that's going to allow other bigs to have more freedom. Like, that's the only thing that makes great players great when you really think about it. Like, do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I know that.
Like, for real, do you know what I mean? Like Charles Barkley, why was he great? Because he dribbled the ball up the court, and that's at that time, bigs wasn't doing that. You know that, right? Like KG, freedom. Exactly. Like that's the only thing that changed. That's going to change in this sport is that certain players are going to get certain positions more freedom.
So in the last 10 years, you have to know that human beings only have a few decades in your life.
Yeah.
So in the last 10 years, in the last decades, what's your biggest feeling that NBA take to you?
It gave me a chance to show the world. I mean, one of the reasons for me to even start hooping was to show people that this little kid from 72nd and Marshfield can play ball, and the way that I play ball is different. That's the only thing I wanted to show people. And even making it to the league, playing with my teammates, or even any teammate that I ever played with, like my whole goal was to show them, whoever I'm playing with, whoever's watching me play, that I can hoop, period. Like, you got a chance to see me hoop, and that's the only thing I ever wanted.
So have you ever thought about the future, next 10 years, some future plan about yourself, the game, the family?
No, it's all about perseverance. Like, I'm not going to be the last one to go through what I went through. So I'm putting up this fight, but not only for me, but for the future, for the guys that that's going to be fighting this battle with me.
So you have played basketball for a really long time since you were a young boy.
Yeah.
So how to keep that passion, love for the game?
I really can't explain that. That's something that is just in me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't grow up knowing that the NBA had a salary, or I didn't grow up knowing that Michael Jordan played at 7 o'clock on this night, or the Bulls play at 7 o'clock on this night, or like I didn't grow up like that. Like I grew up off the strength of I was good in that sport. I won a lot of games in that sport, so I'm just going to stay with it.
So the last question about your fans. Every time you come to China, you will see a lot of fans waiting for you. Even some of fans maybe you are really familiar with. So when they first love you, they may be just teenagers in middle school, and now they have their family, have their job, have their baby. You have inspired them to grow up, a generation to grow up. So what's your feeling when seeing those fans?
I mean, it's crazy just hearing about it. Like, I mean, you just put me on to something. Like in the States, it's a little bit different. Like, it's whoever hot at that time. Like, you kind of get like lost, or you kind of get sidetracked, like in the States, of like what's going on, because there's so much propaganda going on. But over here, I feel like it's a little bit more authentic, and it's more real, and it seems like y'all never forget. So that's what's different.
And thank you for the interview. So good luck.
Appreciate it.